over. It's so over for me. You would think that after 1 hour of attempting a fight, maybe you would consider moving on and trying something else. You would think that after 2 hours, morale will be completely down and you would never want to play the game again. So why is it that I am still fighting these damn knights after 7 hours? Well, let's back up a little. Hollow Knight is considered to be a really difficult Metroidvania game. I played it a total of 1 whole time for 36 hours, and then I decided to try and speedrun the game, thinking to myself, how difficult could this really be?
Like, when I tell you it's easy, like, I mean it.
Well, 3 hours and 30 minutes into trying to learn this route, I finally make it to the Watcher Knight.
Oh, we're in hell. It's over. It's so over for me.
On my first playthrough of the game, I started this fight with very little charms and upgrades. I died enough times and eventually was convinced to stop and make some detours to gather items that would help me. And, well, since this is a speedrun that I'm doing, all of the items and upgrades that would originally help me and that would be nice to have are pretty much gone, which just leaves me with the Shaman Stone as my only charm and no nail upgrades, which leaves me in hell. From nail swings to rolling full screen to jumping and rolling full screen, you could find me crying in the corner. I spent the first hour of this fight just hoping for the best before turning in for the night. So, before starting this fight again, I decided to watch the Watcher Knight section of Fireborn's Any Percent Guide. I tried to understand the fundamentals of the fight and copy from there. But as someone who's played this game, once again, a whole 1 time, and easily panics, this wasn't the easiest thing to do. Surprisingly enough, although so much time was passing and seemingly no progress was being made, I didn't feel too dejected about this fight yet. I felt that I could keep going and keep trying, and I wouldn't smash my controller anytime soon. Well, I say that, but I had a whole playlist dedicated to getting through this fight, and this was the first song that I chose. And I might have had this on loop for about an hour. And as time keeps passing by, I don't realize how long I've been playing for. But I decided to keep on going. There was times where I thought I realized what I was doing wrong in this fight. Besides the obvious panicking, when I was watching the Fireborn video, I was trying to remember the sequence of buttons I was supposed to press. It was a fireball into 2 nail swings. That was pretty much the first thing that I was supposed to remember. But on the last nail swing, I'm supposed to hit while jumping at the same time so I can dash over the Watcher Knight's head while it hopefully swings a nail at me. But I couldn't even get that combination down. In addition to that, it took me about 10 years to realize why my timing was so off that I kept getting hit by the nail swing from the knight. For some reason, I would always jump backwards and then try to dash above the Watcher Knight's head. But that left me vulnerable to the swing and I just kept on getting hit. But after playing for a couple of hours, that particular way of moving became muscle memory for me, which is obviously a problem. Even when I did get past the first Watcher Knight, it definitely was not optimal. And when 2 of them were on screen, then it was just completely over for me.
All right, this one, okay, I promise this is the last one. I actually promise, I will end stream the second I die, okay? There's gonna be no goodbye. I'm just gonna end. No!
And with pain in my heart and pain in my hands, I decided to turn in for the night. Okay, that was a lie. I just turned off the stream, but I continued playing for another hour. To no avail. I decided it was time to give up and learn a different route so I could gain more experience playing the game in general. After like 7 hours of trying to do this fight, I'm gonna decide that the best thing for me to do is to learn all skills. The all skills speedrun. And then whenever I get used to that and used to the movement of the game and all of that nonsense, I will come back to this damn fight and I will come back to this damn 80% speedrun and I'm gonna beat it. For right now, I think it's best if I put it on hold. Well, that was another lie. Through these 7 hours of playing, while it might not seem like I was making much progress, I started to feel more confident that I understood what I should actually be doing. I began this final day with intention. I gave myself 3 hours to beat this boss, or I give up and learn a completely different route. It's been a whole week since I played the game, and going into this, I knew that I had to get rid of the jump back and dash over habit that I had. You would think that after an entire week of not playing, this would be an easy habit to break, but even after an hour, I was making the same mistake, over and over and over again. It took me a while, but I started to break the habit of jumping backwards. By now I was having trouble with swinging the nail and jumping at the same time. I wasn't used to pressing the jump and nail buttons simultaneously, so I would just end up mashing both of them together and getting a small jump and a nail swing, which basically just ended up with me getting smacked in the face by the Watcher Knight over and over and over again.
So I'm trying, what I wouldn't do before is I wouldn't jump and hit. So I wouldn't do a full jump and hit, so now I'm trying to, but my muscle memory is so bad.
It wasn't until the beautiful voice of Toad, and yes, I said Toad, started playing through my headphones, and all the tension for me involving this fight just broke.
Got it. Nothing really matters, so true. Anyone can see. Yup, that what, Toad? It doesn't. To you, right? Tell him to who? I agree.
I could finally just start laughing at the ridiculousness that was Toad belting out Bohemian Rhapsody and stop taking this fight so seriously. I started getting the first knight down pretty consistently, which only left the other 4. Honestly, besides just being good at the game mechanically, one of the hardest parts of this fight to me was just reacting to the enemy's moves. The RNG can be brutal at times, and if you're really good at panicking, like I am, then everything becomes 10 times worse. The basic mechanics of the fight stay the same, the only difference is that there are 2 enemies on the screen now. Like sure, I can remember the sequence of fireball, nail, jump nail, and dash over, but that all flew out the window when the second Watcher Knight starts jumping and rolling around. Now there's me, dead in a corner, and finding my way on the Walk of Shame back to the fight. Actually, side note, speaking of this Walk of Shame back to the fight, this flying bug enemy is by far the worst in the game and can go get crushed by an elevator. Either way, the whole last hour or so was me just trying to learn to calm down a little bit more, which finally led me to this fight.
Healing is not really feasible. I needed to heal on some parts. I don't think it's completely impossible. I think it's a valid thing to do. I think it's hard to find the timing, but I don't think it's completely impossible. I picked horrible times. Shit. Really? Like here, I think it's fine to heal. Okay, I need stop, guys. Thank you. Stop. Shit. I think I'm so dumb. Thank you.
Now, realistically, we could look at this negatively and say that after 10 hours, I have only beaten this fight one whole time, but I prefer to look at it from a different angle. One that tells me that if I've done it once, then I can most certainly do it again.